So, good evening, everyone. My name is Maurya Hanspal, and in this session, we're going to talk about how to make your 2022 financial extraordinary. What things you people must keep in mind to make your calendar year of 2002 financial extraordinary. And that is why this session has been scheduled for January 1, 2020. So, wishing you a very happy new year. We would begin with the session while talking about, once again, how to be different in this calendar year and how to make your financial year of 2022 financial extraordinary. Okay, so we'll be talking about a few of the basic things in this 30-minute session that you people should know while starting your journey towards 2022. Okay, very first thing I would like to say, see, if you are earning money or not, if you are getting a fixed pay or a salary or not, even if you are getting your basic like pocket money also, the first step that you need to do is inculcate the habit of savings. Savings is the first step that you should take for the year of 2022. You might have spent or used large amount of money on wasteful expenditure over the previous years. But make a habit starting in 2022 to save your money. Be it you are getting a fixed income or not in the form of a salary. Be it you are a freelancer. Be it you get a fixed pay or a variable pay or just a pocket money. Start saving from right now, because savings will help you accumulate a large amount of money in future. So that is what you need to do. Start inculcating the habit of savings. Saving is the first lesson that you should take starting for the year of 2022, January 1st, in this new year. Not only savings. If you are just saving, it is not appropriate for you. अब आप बोलोगे कि starting में you said the first habit that you should inculcate is savings, but now you are saying savings is not good. Savings is good. Savings is the first step to have your money accumulated for a shorter period of time. That is savings. Savings over a longer period of time can also help you to accumulate money for a longer period of time. But when we talk about economics and when we merge finance with economics, savings are termed as linkages to the Indian economy. Leakage. I'll write this word. Savings are a leakage to the Indian economy. If you are just saving money and earning no interest on that money, just a simple example. If you have saved 2000 rupees from your salary, you kept that 2000 rupees as cash balance in your wallet maybe. Okay, that 2000 rupees is losing its worth day after day. Why? This 2000 rupees is losing its worth day after day because of inflation. आज जो 2000 rupees आपने save करे हैं, that 2000 rupees will have no value after 1 year at least because of inflation. A commodity or a good or an item which you could buy at a price of 2000 rupees that won't be available at the same price of 2000 rupees after 1 year or maybe just 6 months from now. And oil and gas is a classic example of this thing. The prices of oil and gas, they continue to rise, right? So savings are considered as a leakage to society. In order to beat inflation, in order to earn some extra money over your savings to provide to yourself as well as to provide to the Indian economy as well, try to put in money in investments. Try to go for some basic investments. Try to have a flavor of the stock market. So ultimately, we started the road of savings. These savings must be channelized into investment. Okay. These savings must be channelized into investment. And not only savings, बस खाली बस छोड़ मत दो. And now you would say, if I'm keeping my cash balance in the bank account, so there I would be having a certain amount of interest rate, or I would be getting a certain amount of interest rate. To be very frank, in saving accounts, you just get an interest rate of 3 to 4% max to max, or maybe just till 3.5% or 3.7%. That is nothing to beat inflation. The average rate of inflation in the Indian economy, it goes on to 4% plus. Sometimes it is 4.5%, sometimes it is 6%, sometimes it is 5.5% or 5%. If your saving account is giving you a rate of interest of just 3 to 4% and the inflation in the economy is 6%, your wealth is actually getting eroded. You are earning nothing. On that plain paper, on that plain books of accounts, it might show that you earned a 4% rate of interest on your 100 rupees of amount. 100 रुपए का 104 बना लिया या 100 रुपए का 103 बना लिया. But inflation is 6%. 6 rupees की inflation है on that 3 rupees that you are earning. You earn that 3 rupees. It's just a simple example. I'm taking the value of 100 rupees for the sake of simplicity. 3% you earn from that saving account. Minus 6% is the inflation rate. Your gain is minus 3%. It's not a gain, it's a loss. You are losing everything if you're just keeping your money in saving account. I'm not saying you withdraw all your money from saving account. You'll have to put some money in the saving account. Okay. But try to channelize, but saving account is not an investment. Saving account is just a purpose from the bank's point of view, so that people come to banks and they get their bank accounts open. Because larger the bank accounts you would open from that particular bank, that person or the manager who is opening your bank account will get maximum commission. And this 3 to 4% rate of interest, जो 4 भी नहीं होता है, is just like 3.5 or 3.7, is just meant to keep the people enticed towards that bank, कि bank account अपना वो shift ना करें. So instead of putting all that money in your savings, try to put that extra money in the form of investments. Have a taste of stock markets, equity. Take the risk. Higher the risk, higher the expected return, as we say in the terminologies of financial management. Try to take some risk, because on an average, market gives you a return of 10 to 15% per year. And if the market is growing in a very good phase, the market is in the phase of like prosperity or a rise, the market can even give you a rate of return of more than 30%. But on an average, 15 to 20% of rate of return or 12 to 15 मान के चलो, इतना market से like हर साल मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. If you are investing in strong companies and fundamentally strong companies. Now, what are fundamentally strong companies? We have discussed this in our first session of stock market on fundamental analysis. And this session again is available on YouTube Live. Okay. So try to have a taste of the equity market, because equity market, agreed, not in short term, but in long term, maybe from 5 years from now or 10 years from now or 15 years from now, will give you a handsome return, a handsome lump sum or a corpus you would have to spend on anything that you want. Whereas savings account, having just a rate of interest of 3 to 4% will eat away your savings. Okay. So try to channelize some amount into investments. Okay. And it doesn't mean that an investment in equity, it requires a huge proportion of amount. You can just start investing by having a 500 rupees as well. Instead of investing in direct stocks, you can have your own portfolio, or you can take the consultation from a portfolio manager from any of the banks around you. And you can start a systematic investment plans, SIPs. That SIP is something which allows you to invest 500 rupees every month. See, my first priority lies in analyzing the market in detail, in analyzing the stocks, in analyzing the portfolio or the companies in which you are investing. But as an idle person, if you're having some other jobs, you people won't be having time to analyze the companies or the stocks to pick up. So that cases, go to a mutual fund manager, a portfolio manager in a company, in a banking, and say him to advise you on different kinds of mutual funds. Okay, or different kind of schemes or portfolio that person would be kind of suggesting you. But do not believe in believe that person as a blindsided person. You need to understand your risk appetite, कि तुम कितना तुम risk market में ले सकते हो. Okay. And one more thing, I stressed upon this point in my previous lectures as well, that the concept of risk appetite, people confuse it with age. वो बोलते हैं if a person is in 18s or early 20s or 30s, that person has a higher risk appetite or that person is more aggressive. Or whereas a person who is of the age of 50s or 60s, that person is risk averse, जो equity में जाएगा ही नहीं जाएगा. Okay. See, risk averse and aggressive. Okay, the meaning of both of these, it lies the same. Okay, but on the basis of the age, to categorize these persons is something wrong. There have been a large number of cases when a person who is 60 years above age, he is also ready to invest in equities and take the risk. So if you are willing to take a risk and you have no external liabilities or some kind of responsibilities upon you to meet, you can invest all the amount in equities or more than 80% of your amount in equities. Whereas if you are a person who has a family to take care of in your 30s or 40s or 50s, if you are a person who is close to retirement at the age of 60 or 55 ke aage, you can invest a larger proportion in bond or debt schemes and less in equity. And different kinds of instruments we've already talked about in the yesterday session of 31st December 2021. Okay, the last session for 2021, we had that. So discuss your risk appetite, right? What you want to achieve, what's your goal. If you are investing 500 rupees as a monthly SIP, why are you investing? You want to pay off your education loan, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a home, you are preparing for a marriage, then what's the reason? Your goal must be clear apart from your risk appetite. That are the basic two things that you should tell to your portfolio manager. Your risk appetite as well as your goal. कितना risk तुम ले सकते हो and तुम्हारा goal क्या है? Okay, these things must be clear. It should not have been the case like which is from the opposite party. कोई सामने से म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर तुम्हारे पास आ जाए and he says you कि invest in this mutual fund, invest in this mutual fund or that mutual fund. Do not rely completely upon him. Agreed that that fund is gonna give you some kind of return in future, but you're gonna see your risk appetite as well as your goal as well. So that is something much important you need to take care of. And most importantly, the expense ratio in that mutual fund. कभी कभार आपको जो म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर्स होते हैं, दे सजेस्ट यू वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स. बहुत बड़े बड़े कॉम्प्लेक्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स होते हैं. At this point of time, I won't be taking the names of that complex strategies or complex mutual funds because all of the people who have some limited knowledge on finance will get confused. Okay, so they might suggest you, मतलब कि बहुत सारे कॉम्प्लेक्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स होते हैं कि बॉन्ड्स में भी पैसा है, इक्विटी में भी है एंड कमोडिटीज में भी है, ऑयल, गैस, गोल्ड, सिल्वर एंड क्रिप्टो करेंसीज, लाइक सब जगह पैसा डला हुआ है. उस म्यूचुअल फंड को मैनेज करने का जो भी खर्चा होगा, दैट बैंक और फंड हाउस वुड बी टेकिंग फ्रॉम यू. तो अगर एवरेज में एक साल में इफ द म्यूचुअल फंड इज गिविंग यू अ रिटर्न ऑफ 10%, that person or the bank or the asset management company, as we popularly call them as AMCs, will charge 2 to 3% for that. So instead of getting 10% जो तुम्हारा था रिटर्न, 3% तो वैसे ही कट जाएगा, तुम्हें बस 7% मिलेगा. So how cleverly these people play with your funds and portfolio. So number 1, you need to see the risk appetite. कितना रिस्क तुम ले सकते हो. ज्यादा रिस्क है तो go towards equity, कम रिस्क है combined equity with bonds. गोल क्या है? शादी के लिए है, एजुकेशन लोन है, कार लेनी है या फिर घर लेना है, क्या गोल है? एंड थर्ड, एक्सपेंस रेशियो. These mutual funds, which I believe should not be charging you more than 1%. Max to max should be just 1%. अगर पॉइंट्स में है 0.5, 0.6, it is great. बट एक 1% की लिमिट लेके चलना. ये 1% की कैप होनी चाहिए, नहीं तो your earnings will be eaten up by those companies and they would be earning you and they would be earning your money from your mutual funds and you would be earning quite less. Okay, that you need to understand. So the first lesson that we learned, channelizing our savings into investment opportunities. Okay, अब investment opportunities की बात आती है. So what do people say? So when we talk about the investment opportunities, people say invest in fixed deposits or FDs. Fixed deposits or FDs. Okay. See, it's good to invest in fixed deposits or FDs, but what is the drawback of fixed deposits? These are just beating inflation by a few percentage points. The earlier time when FDs used to give you a rate of interest of 8% or 9% has gone. Now they give you a rate of interest of max to max 7% or 6.5% or 6.4%. The rate of inflation goes from 5 to 6%. 6.5% minus 6%. You are getting just 0.5%. Okay. A lot of people would say you do not invest in fixed deposits because fixed deposits rarely beat inflation. But I would say you invest in fixed deposits not for the purpose of return. And I'm repeating this point once again. My view might be different from all the people all around. Invest in fixed deposits compulsorily and mandatorily. Invest in fixed deposits not for the purpose of higher return, not for the purpose of getting higher income, but only as an emergency fund or a contingency fund. अगर इक्विटी मार्केट की इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को रखो अलग, एफडीज को रखो अलग, एंड डू नॉट मैच देम. इक्विटी मार्केट में अगर थोड़ा लॉस भी हो जाए, and in certain and at that time you want some urgent cash, some urgent money, you can break your FDs. Okay, so from FDs you can get that amount. So keep FDs as a contingency fund, a buffer fund, or an emergency fund, and do not use FDs for the purpose of getting higher return. For the purpose of getting return of future corpus, use equities, bonds, debt schemes, commodities, and all that. Okay, so FDs में एक चीज ध्यान रखो. So that is the second lesson that we learned, which is quite contradictory with other experts who say कि FDs में invest मत करो. FDs में invest करो, but for the purpose of your contingencies or emergencies, and not for the purpose of getting a superior kind of return. Okay, lesson number 3. Salary आएगी, ठीक है, and like a lot of people can relate this point. There is a procedure of campus recruitments going in a lot of colleges, like in a lot of MBA, BBA, BCom colleges. This campus का recruitment चल रहा है, and the joining date would be approximately in March, April, May, June, July के महीने में. Like a lot of freshers would be joining the companies, and they would be getting salaries. चाहे ज़्यादा हो चाहे कम हो, इससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Build your skill set. That's it. So like they would be getting a salary. So if I ask you right now, for all the people like who are watching the YouTube live, and comment me on the YouTube live right now, and I'm watching the chats, what would you do with your first salary that you get? What would you do with your first salary? And just comment me in the YouTube chat. And I'm waiting for your comments in the YouTube chat. Though I do not open the YouTube chats like frequently, but this time I am opening the YouTube chat. Okay, so tell me the first thing that like you people would do with your salary. First thing. Any comments? First thing that you people would do with your salary. The first salary that you get. I'm waiting for the comment. Yeah. The first thing that the people gonna do with your salaries. Like you get campus recruited and you got a job in a good company, or maybe like you found a job on your own basis from the external recruitment. So what are you gonna do with the first salary? A large number of people would do is the first salary that they would have, either they would spend on their friends, घूमने में, कि salary आ रही है, खर्चो, ठीक है? People who would be like-minded people, person who would have knowledge on finance, or people who would have certain responsibilities. Then what like they would do? They would give a certain amount to their families. Okay. Point number 3. People who would be having certain debts or loans, and popularly we call them as educational loans. So after giving a certain amount to their family, they would be using that money to pay off the EMIs, the equated monthly installments of education loan. Okay, so these 3 things which people do ideally. But when you get your actual salary, जब हाथ में जब बैंक में अमाउंट जब क्रेडिट होता है, तो उस टाइम जो खुशी आती है सबके चेहरे पे, all these like responsibilities and liabilities come at the second place. And first, you try to fulfill your own desires. घूमने जाओगे and पैसे को उड़ाना स्टार्ट कर दोगे. दैट इज द फर्स्ट रॉन्ग थिंग दैट यू डू. बिकॉज उससे पहले चाहे तुम जितना सोच लो कि वील बी गिविंग सर्टेन अमाउंट टू आवर फैमिली, सर्टेन अमाउंट टू पे ऑफ द लोन लाइबिलिटीज, एंड कुछ मंदिर में रख के आएंगे, ठीक है, बिकॉज पहली सैलरी आई है. बट वेन इट एक्चुअली गेट्स क्रेडिटेड टू योर बैंक अकाउंट, एंड बैंक अकाउंट से मैसेज आता है ना आपसे कि लाइक दिस अमाउंट हैज बीन क्रेडिटेड टू योर बैंक अकाउंट, एंड उसमें जो खुशी होती है, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट टू मेक प्लान विद आवर फ्रेंड्स, वहां चलेंगे, वहां चलेंगे, वहां चलेंगे. A person who would have 100% financial literacy, what that person would be doing before going out to parties, before fulfilling the responsibilities of paying off the money or like paying off the loans for education loan, the first thing that he would do that will help to sustain his life of his family members and further successors as well, lifelong, उसका जीवन भर का खर्चा बचेगा. Take a life insurance policy. लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी. अब यहाँ पे आई एम नो वेयर टू कमेंट कहां से लो कहां से ना लो, ठीक है, इट इज ऑल अपॉन यू. I do not make any kind of recommendations. I just suggest you like what to do in your life to attain financial freedom and financial independence. Okay, so that's my task. ठीक है. अब बोलोगे कि लाइफ इंश्योरेंस तो बहुत बड़ी बात होगी, ये तो 30 साल बाद लिया जाता है या 40 साल बाद लिया जाता है. If you are taking life insurance in your early 20s, the premium that you would be paying would be max to max 500 rupees per month or even less than 500 rupees. 400 रुपए तक का प्रीमियम हो सकता है. And paying a premium of 500 rupees or like 400 rupees, you can get a life cover of more than 1 crore rupees. 500 रुपए का प्रीमियम तुम पर मंथ दे रहे हो, and that life insurance का कवर you are getting 1 crore rupees. एंड जो लोग इंश्योरेंस 30s के बाद लेते हैं या 40s के बाद लेते हैं, व्हेन दे हैव देयर किड्स, देयर वाइफ्स एंड देयर पेरेंट्स हैव गॉट ओल्डर, एंड तब उनको लगता है यार अगर हम चले गए तो इनका क्या होगा. एट दैट पॉइंट दे रियलाइज, एट दैट टाइम दे टेक लाइफ इंश्योरेंस. 500 रुपए का नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, 500 रुपए पर मंथ का इंश्योरेंस नहीं मिलेगा, वो 4000, 5000, 3000 पर मंथ हो जाएगा. 500 रुपीज पर मंथ तुम दे रहे हो, एंड एक जगह तुम 5000 पर मंथ दे रहे हो, या मान लो कि 3000 पर मंथ दे रहे हो, 2500 रुपीज तुम सेव कर रहे हो. Isn't it good? It is of course good, right? And why this premium increases with age? Because जैसे जैसे आपकी एज बढ़ती है, you get prone to more diseases. And life insurance companies set a premium for that. उनको लगता है जितनी ज्यादा आपकी एज होगी उतनी like you would be prone to diseases. तो आपको ज्यादा प्रीमियम देना पड़ेगा. बोलते हैं ना, हायर द रिस्क हायर द प्रीमियम देना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. और अगर आप 20s में ले लोगे इंश्योरेंस 500 रुपीज, एंड दैट 500 रुपीज विल बी फॉर लाइफ लॉन्ग. अगर तुमने 22 की एज में, सिंस आई एम 22 years of age, if I take life insurance right now, okay, at 500 rupees, if I am getting and take the life insurance right now when I have my first job, okay, and I take the life insurance, and so I would be paying a premium of 500 rupees per month, and that would be for lifetime. अगर मैं 40 साल का हो जाऊं, 50 साल का हो जाऊं, 60 साल का हो जाऊं, मैं तब भी 500 रुपए दूंगा. And this is the first thing I would be doing when my job starts after 2 or 3 months from now. The first thing that I would do, okay, taking a life insurance premium, 500 rupees and lifelong चलेगा. And तुमने मान लो कि 30 साल बाद इंश्योरेंस लिया, 5000 रुपीज मत कि तुम लाइक पर मंथ दे रहे होगे, एंड हमेशा चलता रहेगा 5000 5000 5000. नो पॉइंट. टेक लाइफ इंश्योरेंस एज अर्ली एज पॉसिबल. So one thing that you people will do from your salary would be getting a life insurance. First thing, getting a life insurance, and then other responsibilities. Okay? 500 रुपए पर महीने में 1 करोड़ का लाइफ इंश्योरेंस मिल रहा है, कम नहीं है, ठीक है. सो हमने क्या सीखा? चैनलाइजिंग आवर सेविंग्स इनटू इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. फिर दूसरा क्या सीखा? कि लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, ठीक है. अब थर्ड क्या सीखेंगे हम? See, there might be a large number of complex products available in the market. चाहे तुम्हारा इन्वेस्टमेंट के केस में हो, चाहे इंश्योरेंस लेने के केस में हो. ओके, ट्राई टू बाय ओनली दोज प्रोडक्ट्स विच यू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, अगर तुम्हें कोई सिंपल प्रोडक्ट समझ आता है तो बाय अ सिंपल प्रोडक्ट. If you have advanced financial knowledge and can understand a complex product, then buy that. But always buy that product which you can understand. If you understand equities, bond markets, invest in equities and bond markets and do not go for commodities trading. Okay. And do not go for the forex trading. Forex trading is basically कि आप करेंसीज में ट्रेड करते हो. ठीक है. And most importantly, cryptocurrencies. If you do not understand cryptocurrencies, do not go for them. Okay. I'm neither in favor nor I hate the currencies. Okay. That is the concept of blockchain or cryptocurrencies. I myself have invested in that. But the same thing is that if you understand that product, then only invest in that. Otherwise, you're good to go for equities and bonds. That's it. And equities and bonds में भी जो समझते हो तुम वही खरीदो. As such, do not buy any of the companies in the market blindly. कि 400-300 रुपए के कोई कंपनी का एक शेयर मिल गया and you bought that company. That are called penny stocks and घटिया कंपनीज होती हैं. And एक पॉइंट पे जाके the companies would shut down. Okay. So try to channelize your savings into productive investments and not only investments, and to the products or securities or features that you understand. जो मार्केट समझ नहीं आती उससे दूर रहो. Stay away from the market of derivatives. बोलते हैं ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग, फ्यूचर्स में बहुत पैसा बन सकता है. एक दिन में लोग लाखों कमा लेते हैं, लाइक व्हेन दे ट्रेड इन फ्यूचर्स एंड ऑप्शंस. एक दिन में अगर लाखों कमाते हैं ना, तो उनका एक दिन का लॉस भी लाइक करोड़ों में हो सकता है. No one tells you the losses, and everyone prints a bright story, a beautiful story. So only buy that products that you understand and that can minimize your expenses and maximize your return. Okay. Equities में try to buy strong companies, fundamentally strong companies. Try to buy those companies जिनके products तुम रोज यूज करते हो. Colgate Palmolive, Nestle, Britannia, HUL, मैरिको का तुम पैराशूट का तेल यूज करते हो, है ना. दीज कंपनीज विच यू बाय डेली, विच यू सी डेली, जिन ये कंपनीज ऐसी हैं, इफ अगर ये कंपनीज बंद होने के चांसेस ही नहीं है, बिकॉज यू आर यूजिंग दी प्रोडक्ट्स डेली. एंड जिस कंपनी के प्रोडक्ट की डेली डिमांड है, उस कंपनी की डिमांड ऑब्वियसली होगी. ओके. ट्राई टू फाइंड दोज कंपनीज. और इसमें कोई मतलब कि ट्राई करने की नीड ही नहीं है. हेड एंड शोल्डर्स, पैंटीन कौन सी कंपनी का हो रहा है, HUL, प्रॉक्टर गैम्बले, ये सब. ट्राई टू बाय दोज कंपनीज. ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई सम फ्यूचर थीम्स ऑल्सो, दैट इज ईवी. इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का मैं थीम पता है, आगे जाके बहुत अच्छा होगा. ट्राई टू सर्च फॉर दोज कंपनीज फॉर अंडर वैल्यूड राइट नाउ, एंड व्हेन दिस EV थीम गेट्स रियलाइज्ड इन फ्यूचर, दीज कंपनीज वुड गिव यू large amount of profitable return. Same for hydropower or clean energy, your pet care business, animal healthcare business. These companies are undervalued. Try to find such companies. समझो इन companies को, then buy करो. But at least start investing. The market will open on Monday. That is your 3rd of January. Start initiating the request of opening a demat account. Because अब सीधा मैं नहीं बोल सकता कि मंडे को तुम इन्वेस्ट कर दो, बिकॉज ठीक है, बिकॉज डीमैट अकाउंट खुलेगा, उसमें लाइक 3-4 दिन लगेंगे. But there are still discount brokers that open your demat account in one day. Okay. You have Zerodha, Upstocks, Grow Up. Okay. But Zerodha is my favorite in that case. Okay. So understand the products. Also, like what happens in case of insurance, when you people are going for insurance, these insurance agents will come to you and they would say you combine your cover of insurance with investments. Why to combine them? They're saying they will give you a very complex policy जिसमें आपका इंश्योरेंस कवर भी होगा एंड कुछ पैसा इन्वेस्टमेंट की तरफ भी जाएगा. बिकॉज जितनी महंगी पॉलिसी वो आपको देंगे, उतना दे वुड अर्न कमीशन, उतना उनका मतलब कि रेपुटेशन कंपनी में बढ़ेगा एंड कंपनी भी कमीशन देगी उल्टा. ओके. एंड एक्सपेंस रेशियो भी ज्यादा होगा. ट्राई टू स्टे अवे फ्रॉम दीज पॉलिसीज. एजेंट को बोलो वी आर कीपिंग आर इन्वेस्टमेंट सेपरेट. हम खुद की अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कर रहे हैं. हमारा अकाउंट है, डीमैट अकाउंट है एंड म्यूचुअल फंड है. टेक इंश्योरेंस प्योरली फॉर कवरिंग योर लाइफ एंड नथिंग एल्स. उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट से कंबाइन मत करो. आई वाज सेइंग ना कि 500 रुपए का जाएगा प्रीमियम, तुम अगर उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट कंपोनेंट भी कर लोगे कंबाइन, 1000, 2000, 3000 का प्रीमियम जाएगा. जब तुम अलग से इन्वेस्टमेंट कर ही रहे हो, देन व्हेन टू डू इन्वेस्टमेंट्स फिर से, डोंट बी ग्रीडी, बी fearful in the market. Okay, and with those people as well. बहुत पॉलिसीज मिलेंगी, यूलिप प्लान्स, एंडोमेंट प्लान्स, मनी बैक प्लान्स, ऑल दीज आर कंबाइंड विद द फीचर ऑफ इंश्योरेंस and your life cover protection. Stay away from them. Best is take a term insurance that is completely for your life cover और कुछ भी नहीं होगा. सबसे सस्ता, लॉन्ग लिव्ड एंड सबसे ज्यादा कवर मिलेगा. जो आई वाज सेइंग ना कि 500 रुपए पर महीना एंड गेटिंग एन इंश्योरेंस कवर ऑफ 1 करोड़, 2 करोड़, 3 करोड़, 5 करोड़, दैट इज अ टर्म इंश्योरेंस. एंड टर्म इंश्योरेंस में ये है, अगर किसी की डेथ नहीं होती तो वो लमसम पैसा भी नहीं मिलेगा. दैट इज, अगर डेथ हो रही है आपको पैसा लाइक तभी मिलेगा, अगर नहीं हो रही तो पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है. इन दैट केसेस लाइक पीपल टेंड टू बी ग्रीडी एंड दे इन्वेस्ट इन यूलिप्स एंड एंडोमेंट्स. कहते हैं अगर गलती से कुछ भी हो गया तो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा तो मिल ही रहा है. That ideology and thinking is wrong in the Indian context. Try to save your health, try to preserve your health, healthy रहो, fit and fine रहो, and investments में पैसा डालते रहो. And insurance को keep it only for the purpose of insurance and nothing else. Just for saving your life cover. Okay. So what did we understand in this session? In this session, we understood channelize our savings into investments. And mutual fund stocks में पैसा डालो. See your risk appetite, your goals, expense ratios, right? FDs में पैसा रखो, not for the purpose of return, but for the purpose of emergencies and contingencies. Okay? Salary जब सबसे पहले आएगी, take a life insurance, term life insurance, 500 रुपए महीना या उससे भी कम, and you'll get a life insurance cover of 1 crore or more. Last, do not channelize your investment towards complicated products that you do not understand. Simplify your journey, understand the products, then invest. And keep your investment and insurance separate. Okay, and the final point I would like to say, take care of your health so that you can maintain your portfolio and understand the concepts of other features as well over this year. And open your Demat account from 3rd January 2022. At least initiate a request for opening the Demat account. And once it's open, start investing. Start to learn. Seekhna hai, start to learn. Okay? So that were like some of the things which you people need to know for 2022. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.